Hey guys, welcome back to the Foundry reviews where we're doing some more of The Mandalorian season 2. We got episode 2 today. We got the whole crew. You got myself. I'm Kryptonic Ken. We got Johnny and we got Sly. How you guys doing?
Hey everybody, doing pretty well. I'm really excited for this episode. I liked it. I liked it quite a bit. What about you, Sly? What do you think, man?
I am stoked. Episode 2 was pretty damn good. It didn't hold up as well as the first one, but it is still praiseworthy.
Oh yeah, it is. I thought it was pretty good too. So we just gonna leave off from. It was like they blended together pretty fast as well. On the last review, we kind of spoiled some stuff by accident. All right, I did, but so
me.
so Mando, he's got it. He's looking for the Jedi. He's looking for more Mandalorians. Yeah, so he's got a lot on his plate right now. He's still taking care of the kid. So he's going to leave Tatooine, but he's got to bring some cargo. He's going to transfer some cargo. So this girl needs to move her bloodline along. This frog lady, you know, she's a giant, like, chug jug full of, like, little yummy-looking dots. It looks like a chug jug, does it not?
I heard a good one. I also heard it mentioned as like a giant boba tea because it looks like.
Oh my god,
That's hilarious.
A little bit. You ruined boba, man.
Yeah, so she's got to move her children, and they can't go into hyperspeed, so it's a long trek apparently. But unfortunately, their travel gets interrupted by an ops couple by 12. Unfortunately, there's some cops like, hey, what are you doing out this far, Mandalorian? You know, Mandalorian's kind of wanted. He's done some bad things for good reasons, though. You know, he's broken into a prison or two. You know, he's killed a man or two. He's escaped a high-speed chase or two. And he can't let them know who he is, who the Razor Crest, you know, where that place has been. So he's like, I'm going to say, fuck the police. I'm going to book it, you know. I also really enjoyed seeing, like, the Republic guys there. I thought that was pretty neat.
The whole conversation was very funny where just the interaction was like, hey, could you what was it that he needed to turn on? He's like, oh, it's not working or something.
Yeah.
Some homing thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, it's not working. Shame.
He's just waiting there. He's like, all right, why don't you land real quick? And then he's like, it's working now. He just sits there. It's all comical, you know. I really
it's like, oh, I found it. Weird.
He's like, oh,
it's not popping up over here. Sorry about that. He's like, you sure? No. It's...
So Mandalorian eventually just like, fuck it. I've got to book it. So then they head out, and the two guards or New Republic guards are chasing him, the kind of patrol guys, and their ships, and they're doing high speed chase. And Mandalorian gets the idea. There's a place nearby, and he tries to lose him in there, and he kind of gets stuck and crashes the ship a little bit due to the iffy terrain of it being all frozen everywhere, and they crash the ship, unfortunately. And it's pretty boogered up too. The thing has been shot to shit.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we have any ideas as to what planet he landed on?
I have no idea. Did you do some research and figure it out?
Well, just from like my familiarity with planets that seem like that, and then I think there was some reference of a certain animal that is seen in the episode. It reminded me of Ilum, where the Jedi harvest their kyber crystals.
Oh, I mean, that's interesting.
That would be interesting. That would be kind of dope. It'd be weird.
Which later is Starkiller Base, you know. So I was wondering that.
Just because I was curious, because like, that's really fun because I'm assuming that's like in the Outer Rim near where they left. Like, they whenever they do like take the Padawans, like it'd be from Coruscant, assuming. That'd be a really far way to go out just for the crystals. So I'd hope they'd be a little bit closer than like out in the Outer Rim and unmapped areas. But so the play it's broken up quite a bit. So what is Mandalorian? What did he say? Like, what's the plan? It's just to nap it off or wait or something.
Oh yeah, they were gonna
wait it out.
Sleep a bit and like try to wait and get to it later at some point is what it, you know, more or less what the plan boiled down to. But the frog lady was like, no, I can't wait. My kids are gonna die. Like, besides the fact that your child over here is eating them, which I don't think she ever notices.
I hated that so much. I'll talk about that. I hated that so much. I don't know why they thought it was such a cute little funny thing. I was like,
it was overused. Very overused.
I think a couple times would have been okay, but he just kept.
I kept being so worried. I'm like, oh my god, like stop eating these children, please. I'm like this is kind of fucked up, man. Like they're trying to have children and stuff.
It's stressing me out, right? It's like she's just trying to have kids, and you're eating them. What the hell?
And
it's hard enough for them to make it already, man. What are you doing?
Baby Yoda's just like, ha, food, and it's like stop eating the fucking kids, god damn it. He's just snacking on them. I hated that.
I know, right?
All right, where did our little froggy friend run off to? Mando walks outside.
Even before that though, like she was like, "No, we have to do this now," and he was like, no. He was insistent on them sleeping, so they did for a bit. Then she got desperate and just like looked through the rubbish and somehow turned one of the I think the vocalizers or vocabulators or something.
Oh yeah, from
the
one robot
from the first season.
Yeah. And she started talking to him so that he could understand. But apparently she understood him just fine because he continued to talk in like basic or English.
I feel like most species in Star Wars lore understand basic. Yeah, so I guess I get that.
But themselves don't speak it necessarily.
Right. Yeah.
So she did that and got him to start working on it.
Yeah.
So he starts working on it. You know, the child is up to his regular antics or whatever. But as Johnny was saying, she wanders off for some unknown reason. And the child kind of points it out. He finds out, looks through his like little visor and sees the footprints and whatever, follows them to wherever she went and finds that there's a like a, I don't know, a geyser, not a geyser, but like a
little hot tub.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little sauna type area where there's like some hot water where apparently she found the need to get in there, get undressed and like have a nice hot bath with her kids just like out, like she dumped them in the water. Like that sounds like such a bad idea.
Was that for like the health or was she laying more eggs? I was confused.
I think she was trying to warm them up, in the geyser as well, but I wasn't sure.
I assume so, but it just seems like a really bad idea.
Very
exposed.
risky. Yeah, for sure.
Agreed.
So he was like, "You can't do this. I can't protect you out here."
Yeah, that shit was.
Go ahead.
So yeah, Mando comes up and gathers all the eggs up and stuff like that, and Baby Yoda's like, "Let me dive in because I'm starving as usual." That's the only trope they have is like whenever it's like, "All right, Baby Yoda scene. What are they eating?"
What's he eating this time? Damn it.
What will you be having, sir?
Oh, and then speaking of eating, he's like, "Oh, I'm not allowed to eat the eggs. Fine, I'll go eat like some rocks and stuff." Turns out they're not rocks, they're eggs. And Baby Yoda starts eating fucking eggs and shit. And here we go, a bunch of like xenomorph, little face hugger, like little spiders come popping out, cracking up, and being born. And then they start notifying the moms and the mom's mom, and then there comes the big daddy spider thing, and oh god, it's a whole debacle mess. And Mandalorian's like,
yeah, hopefully no one here has arachnophobia because that would be a bad episode.
Yeah, my mom couldn't handle it. She was like, "I'm going to bed. I'm like, see ya."
Oh man, this looking back on it, it's like, man, what a shit show of an episode. Like nothing went right at all for these people.
Yeah, you got the eggs, you got that. It's like, man, what is going well, huh?
Yeah. So then, what do they do next? They had run back the ship, and I love how Mando grabbed the eggs, and the frog just like, all right, I no longer need to walk like you idiots. I'm gonna hop my way through this bitch. I love that.
Full speed.
Yeah, that was pretty neat. She just like took off to the ship, and they had to board up in the ship and kind of fight and defend from all the spiders heading in. And God,
way too long to get the flamethrower out though, for real.
There were so many goddamn spiders in that. They like completely.
It becomes very claustrophobic very fast because it's like, where do you run? And like the ship is the only place, and even that's not very safe because it's not
full of holes.
Yet, so they get in. And then they're like, "Oh, we have to get into the cabin specifically and lock it down because that's the only thing they can lock down." And then they're stuck in there.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, what's gonna happen? And then of course the big one comes back around. He's not very happy, and he just breaks right through the window, and like, it all seems lost at that point.
And then...
But somehow, out of nowhere, you hear gunfire, lasers coming from somewhere, and what is it, Johnny? What do we see?
It's the New Republic guards. They found them. They're like, "You're under arrest, Mandalorian." Just kidding.
We're going to help you out and not arrest you.
Literally, that's what they said. They said, "We're going to help you out, but not arrest you. It's troubling times, but not as troubling as, like, I don't know,
I guess they just don't have the time or effort, but they spent the whole time tracking him.
I know, what a bunch of bad
I know,
cops.
right?
Didn't even get a ticket out of it. Yeah, they're like...
It makes me wonder, like, you already knew who that ship belonged to.
Yeah.
So what was the point of this, huh?
Who knows?
I don't...
But
yeah, I
they
don't know
saved
either.
him. They saved him.
Oh,
They were
that
like,
did.
We'll let you go. And he's like, will you help me fix my ship? And they're like, nope. And then they fly off.
That's the best thing right there. Is like...
Yup,
and the Mandalorian's like, all right, well, thank you so much. Will you help me? Will you tow my ship out of here? And they're like, nope, we're leaving. They're like, did you just see that giant spider? Nah, dude, we're getting the fuck out of here.
Like, okay. I love that none of the spiders like chase them. They're just sitting in their ships and none of them go after him.
That was a good episode right there towards the end. A little wild like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the guards mentioned that Mandalorian saved someone they knew, like a lieutenant. I can't remember the name directly. But it was interesting because I didn't know what they were talking about, and I was curious of who did Mando save to get that respect from them, you know? Like that was interesting. But that's about it. Mandalorian, he manages to get the ship out after spending some time putting the repairs on. I don't know how the fuck that thing or what
How does that thing
used.
fly?
I don't know. There are like holes through that. It looked like Swiss cheese, literally like Swiss cheese in space by the time they got out of there. But is that where the episode just leaves off? It's just like them making their way back. Okay.
They're trying to get to the next planet and they're just like hobbling their way there in the ship.
I like how it's just like you can see like I guess
It's open.
the light. Yeah, it's just opened up completely, and the light is just like barely. It's just barely on for that ship. That thing looked like it was on his last leg. So, I'm glad he made it out. You know, because it's a little iconic, kind of like Slave One. Kind of, you know, it's got the Razor Crest. I like it. It's pretty lit. But I think does that wrap up our review, boys?
Yeah, sounds good.
This was a quick one.
Yeah. It was definitely a lot shorter episode because the first one was like 50 minutes, right? Around there.
Yeah.
And the second
This one
like
was a lot more like streamlined, pretty short, relatively speaking.
Yeah, I was worried too because when I heard from people say they're like, oh yeah, this one is such a like filler compared to it, and I was really worried. But I'm like, no, it was actually okay in my opinion. I thought it was all right.
Yeah, it didn't necessarily progress the story too much, but I think it was still a fun little, I guess, side little adventure, so to speak.
Right.
Yeah. What are we rating this episode, guys?
I give it an 8.
I'll go with an 8 as well. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I'm gonna have to go with a 7.
7.5. It is then.
7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the Foundry's official review. What is this? Chapter 10, right?
Yes, sir.
7.5.
Yes.
So yeah, thanks guys for watching this episode. We'll be back with Chapter 11. It should be a banger. Thank you guys so much for the support on the Mandalorian reviews, and we'll see you guys later in the next one. Bye-bye.
Peace.
Bye.